back, guys, to another episode on Greg from Oakesy Ventures. In this episode I'm doing another product review. This time it's on the little KICKASS 12-volt oven that I installed a few months back, and I've used it a number of times now, so I thought I'll be honest, give me an honest opinion on what this little oven's about. Let's go right from the beginning. Why did I buy a KICKASS oven over other brands like Travel Buddy? You've got King's Venture does one, you've got Road Chef does one, you've got Tent World does one, many different ovens out there that are actually advertised, and but I obviously chose a KICKASS, and there's a reason why I did choose a KICKASS oven. Number one is that they are very well advertised on the Instagram social media network, and that's probably one of the reasons why I've actually gone down that road. Second one was that I have got guys that have bought KICKASS batteries, chargers, and obviously other bits of equipment as well from work, and they actually swear by KICKASS products as well. So I thought, why not give it a shot? A lot of other people have the Travel Buddy that I know, but I thought I'll go give KICKASS a shot. So with that KICKASS oven, what I like about it, well, it does work. It works quite well. You would have seen one of my videos that I've actually had down south trying to find these falls on Deep River, and I put some little quiches in there. We travelled a couple of hours and pulled them out, and that was beautiful, nice and hot. They're lovely. So KICKASS recommend, KICKASS do say that they can be either a pie warmer, or you actually cook a roast in them. I have never cooked a roast in it, and I would never cook a roast in it. That's not what I bought it for, so I'm not going to comment on whether it could or can't cook a roast. A lot of people say they can, and I'll have to believe their word for it that they can. But for myself, I'm not even going to go down that road. I'm not going to cook a roast in it, and I'm never going to cook a roast. That's not the reason why I bought this oven. This oven was bought to heat up pies, pasties, sausage rolls, quiches, warm up food from the night before, such as lasagnas and quiche and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I've actually bought this oven. So with that, to start right through the beginning and start at the front of off the oven. What I do like about it, it has got this nice solid latch here. It works very well. Attaches to that little hasp, pulls back, and it does a good latch on that. So it keeps that door nice and secure. Okay, over here you've got the two little hinges. Now these two little hinges, when I bought it, it did, well, they were a bit loose, and I had to tighten them up to get them nice and tight to make them work. Their door hung down a little bit, so I had to fix them up. Can't really see it, but down in the gap there's one little clamp there. There's one on the other side as well, and what that does, that actually secures the oven to this metal box that I've made. All ovens come with a Anderson plug and a 15-amp circuit, so you can plug them straight in. If I open the door up, they come with two trays, one at the bottom at the moment, on there as well, goes on there. It's starting to warm up quite nicely actually. It's only been on about 10 minutes. I'm going to put a pasty in it, and while it's warming up we'll just have a look at the other GoPro and check out how much current it draws. It says that it pulls 10 amps according to the pamphlet, so let's see what it does. So we'll turn it up to maximum, which is dial on the left. I'll give it 120 minutes to warm up. Okay, so I'll just bring the GoPro in here and have a look at the battery monitoring system. It's saying here that it's pulling 10.3 amps, and you can see the battery capacity is at 72%. I've let it run down a little bit. I haven't charged it up while it's been car's not been in use. I'm actually going to put the solar panel on as well, just to help take the draw off the battery, because it's going to be over 2 hours. So it's got plenty of battery life there. So 10.3 amps at 71%. It's telling me I've got around 8 hours of use roughly. Okay, so the time. The phone is saying there that it is 11:37. Okay, so with that, what I'll do is I'll put the pasty in at 12 o'clock, and then I'll give it probably an hour and a half and see how it goes. I've got a pasty that's just in the fridge. It's not frozen, it's defrosted, it's in the fridge. I'll put it in the oven, give it an hour and a half, and I've got a little temperature probe that I can insert in there and see what the temperature is, whether it's hot enough to eat after an hour and a half, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, with that I'm going to set up the solar panel to help the battery out, and I'll see you back in 30 minutes. Right, go back again. So it's roughly been about 30 minutes. I just checked the light's still warming up. I check the dial and I pull it down About 160. Light goes off, so it's pretty well there now. So what I'm going to do is I've got a just a little Cornish pasty out the fridge. I'll throw it in, give it an hour and a half, and then we'll do a test on it, see how hot this thing is. Okay. So take that out, chuck that in there. In. Just give it an hour and a half, and we'll come back and I've got a little temperature probe. We'll put it in the pasty, see how it goes. Okay, again, don't go too far. Let's just see how this thing goes. It's a little experiment. Well, welcome back, guys. It's probably been about an hour and 20 minutes since I put the pasty in. Should be around close to 1:30 now, so yeah, 1:26. So what we're going to do is I'll pull the pasty out, I'll put a little temperature probe in it, and we'll see how good it is. So with that, I've had the solar panel running, a little blanket on the front, and it's been putting in roughly about 6 amps for the last hour and a half. And if I take the other GoPro and check the battery monitor there, the battery monitor is down to 60%. And I think we started at 72, so that's currently it's pulling about 3 amps out of the battery with 7 amps going into the solar panel. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that as well, the way it works. Let's pull this pasty out. So, like I said before, I could touch the door. She's pretty hot now. You can touch it, but you can't leave your hand on it. So, and the sides, pretty much the same. Top, yeah, pretty much the same all around. So you can physically touch the oven, but it is, you can't leave your hand on it, okay? So, with that, not crazy, looks pretty good. So looking at that, it looks pretty well, not bad, looks nice and warm, looks warm. Yeah, definitely a lot of heat in there, so let's pull it out. Yep, alright, put it there. Okay, put that, shut that up. So what I've got is a hopefully a temperature probe. Currently saying it's 26 degrees at the moment in the sun, so I'll shove that up the in the pasty. Okay, so let's insert this temperature probe into the pasty. Let's see what it gets to. $83 degrees, 85 degrees, 90. 93, 96. Well, I think she's pretty well warm. She's pretty well smack on. Can't get much better than that. Nearly 100 degrees inside that pasty. I'll turn that off, which is good. Okay, so there you go. So hour and a half. Pasty went in. Remember, the pasty was not frozen. It was out the fridge. I set it on the side of the kitchen bench for maybe 10 minutes before I took it in and put it here. So it was still cold, but it wasn't frozen, definitely not frozen. And hour and a half, so half hour to warm up. Hour and a half to, had the pasty in there, and it's come back at around 100 degrees inside that pasty, which is well and truly hot enough to eat, more than hot enough. So very, very impressed with that, with the outcome of that, with the oven. Okay, so basically, that's it, Kick-Ass Oven. Definitely works well as a pie oven and warming stuff up. Like I said before, I didn't buy it to cook roasts in it, and if someone has cooked a roast in one of these ovens, please, by all means, put some comments down below and let me know how it went and whether or not it's actually worth doing myself. But I didn't buy it for that reason, but definitely if you've done it before, please let us know. And I hope, guys, that this little information on this little oven here has made a decision to buy a Kick-Ass oven or something very similar to it. Anyway, again, I'm going to go inside now, eat me pasty, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time out on the road. Bye. See you guys.